Hi, welcome to learnhowtogarden.com. And in today's episode of the 10-Minute Gardener, we're going to be talking about growing cucamelons. If you're not already subscribed to me at Learn How to Garden, there's a link directly above this film. Click the link, input your email address. It means I can let you have my free monthly newsletter, and every time we put up a new film, we can let you know. Cucamelons are one of the trendy designer vegetables, and I've been growing it for a couple of years now, but unlike some of them, and asparagus trees spring to mind, which are disgusting, cucamelons really do warrant their place in your greenhouse. And what I love about them is the fact that it's so easy. Now, what we have here, for those of you who've watched Learn How to Garden, this is in my mum's little 8-foot by 6-foot greenhouse, which is at this moment in time, on a sunny afternoon, about 1,000,000 degrees. And we're growing behind me a cucumber, a cucamelon and a melon, all in a fairly small container because they all require fairly similar conditions. And what I've found in the last couple of years that growing cucamelons is that once you've germinated them, and there is a film on Learn How to Garden called Germinating and Growing Melons, and it's in there. You get the seeds and they're quite big, put them on their side. The trick is to keep them on their side and grow them evenly. And once you've grown them, pop them out, and they grow on a long trailing vine. And I've found that they'll grow climbing up, as the one is here. I've also put them into a normal 6 to 8 inch pot and just let them cascade over, and they fruit just as easily there. I feed them exactly the same as I would feed my tomatoes, with a weak potash feed. And what you want to do is pick them when they're about this size. This is like a grape size, and the Mexicans call them Mexican sour gherkins. I have tried pickling them and they're okay, just the same as a normal pickling gherkin. Or they're a sort of cucumber with a slight lemony zing. They appear to have very few problems. And by growing them through something like this, you don't sort of waste space, because if you look here, we've got one here that's sort of coming off the melon plant over on the tomatoes. There's another one here. It's just dangling here, and look how fine this vine is. It will be pointless giving it space of its own. Just let it ramble, let it crawl, let it scramble. And when it gets to about 6 feet, if you can find the end of the main vine, pinch it out so that you get these side vines. I mean, right over here among these rosada tomatoes that are growing in the quad grow, you can see there's a whole string of them. And they're the sort of thing that are great to add to your salads, but because they have that cucumbery with a slight limey tang to it, most of them tend to get eaten while we're actually in the greenhouse. I tend to trim off the side shoots when they're about 4 feet long. Having said this one's about 6 feet long. So if you miss it, it'll just keep growing. And what's really good about this is it's a perennial. So at the end of the season, find the base of it, cut it back to about 1 foot to 18 inches, keep it on the slightly dry side in a pot, and then next year, as the weather starts to warm up, get it into your greenhouse and it will produce plants even quicker. So it's the sort of thing that once you've got the plant, you can keep it going. And I love that because you get earlier plants and you're not having to pay for seeds each season. So a quick roundup: it's perennial, it'll grow each season. Feed it with the same sort of regime that you would for your tomatoes. Let it grow through something else, because that means that you're making the most use of your available space. Eat it raw, you can pickle it, dead easy, great to grow. Thanks a lot for watching Learn How to Garden.